All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Go ahead, type in the chat box where you're listening in from. We're on YouTube today, so make sure you hit the thumbs up button and also the bell so that you know whenever I have to go live on YouTube. Facebook seems to be overwhelmed. I saw an error message I never saw before trying to connect, so got to do it through YouTube this morning. So good morning, Provis, Bethany Gibbs from Seattle, Clevie Stewart, New York, Marty, Victoria, Texas. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, find a vehicle, stay focused, do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. Darnell from the OKC. All right, so let's go ahead and get things kicked off today. Again, I'm on YouTube for today. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Look at the coin market cap. It is at 179 billion. That is up 2.1% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin has risen by 1.7% over the last 24 hours to 64.62. Ethereum and Ripple have also risen a little bit. Ripple's up to 17 cents. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV had a 5% bump. So a pretty good, healthy bump last 24 hours. The last hour, though, it's going to be about flatline, if not a little bit in the negative. So I'll take a look at this again at the end of Crypto Talk today. So let's take a look at some news that we have out here in the market. I'll do that one last. Bitcoin is signaling flashing by after a brutal crypto breakdown, according to analysts at Bloomberg. Analysts at the financial outlet Bloomberg say a Bitcoin signal is flashing green for the first time since December. Last week, the GTI Vera Convergence Divergence Indicator appeared to be shifting into bullish territory. Now, Bloomberg analysts say that the indicator, which modifies moving averages to identify trend reversals, strongly suggests a move to the upside may be on the horizon. In a letter to investors, CEO and co-founder of Quantum Economics, Matty Greenspan, says Bitcoin's recent crash, along with traditional markets, is not surprising. He argues that concerns are overblown regarding whether the leading crypto still has a future after the volatile pullback. There seems to be an existential question going around the crypto market at the moment where people are saying that if Bitcoin can't rise in this environment, then it probably doesn't have much of a reason to exist at all. That is false. I disagree with that. After all, the narrative of using Bitcoin as a safe haven in times of financial stress has been a rather strong one throughout the years, and so now should really be Bitcoin's time to shine. No, Bitcoin does not have mass adoption yet. This is like saying the internet should explode in 1996, when most people don't even have a home computer in their home yet. Not there yet. So seriously, though, I actually don't remember that part of the white paper. That is true. Bitcoin was invented to give us an alternative to money. The Bitcoin white paper says nothing about Bitcoin being a store of value. See, this is where I preach so much to people, especially when we first started Up to Give, that when you put something down on paper, that is theory. Why? Because it hasn't been put in practice yet. Practical application is different than theory. You've got to be able to prove it, called proof of work. I'll give you a couple of examples. One fictional, one real. I love Star Trek. And since we're all on Corona alert, quarantine, I've been binge watching every single season of The Next Generation, because last time I saw it, I was a kid at the time. It came out in 1987, I think, the first season, 88. And I was like 10, 11 years old. And the reason is because there's a new Picard series out. So before I get into the Picard series, I want to go back and refresh my memory on Star Trek, Next Generation. And there's an episode where the chief engineer, Geordi LaForge, is hosting the main engineer who designed the warp drive to the Enterprise. And she comes on board with an attitude. And she tells Geordi, you changed up everything from the warp drive. And what he explains to her is, you designed this in dry dock. It wasn't even in the space yet. Hadn't even gone warp yet. I am using this out here in the real world. Therefore, we need to make adjustments to your original design. And she didn't accept it at first. Because in her head, math is math. right? The design is the design. But she didn't think of practical application. Now I'll give you an example of up to give, for example. On paper, the original design, it was still theory, was not practiced yet, had no proof of work to it. That's why we do pre-launch and soft launch. So when we launched, the people forced it to turn to do something different. Why? We didn't account for the fact that most of the people don't understand Bitcoin and can't figure out how to create a Bitcoin wallet. And once they have a wallet, can't figure out how to copy and paste their Bitcoin address. Don't know how to move Bitcoin around. Can't figure out, once the confirmation happens, how to copy that and put it back in the back office. So, like a football quarterback, audibles need to be called. The Bitcoin white paper, if you have not read it, I strongly encourage you to read it. How can you invest? So you haven't even read the Bitcoin white paper. If you don't like to read, because you don't have time, to sit down and read it, you get easily distracted. I recorded myself reading it, so you can have it as background on YouTube. To just put in Bitcoin white paper Brandon, and my video will pop up on YouTube. But the white paper says nothing about Bitcoin being a store of value. Quite the opposite. That Bitcoin is going to be the new financial tool used around the world. But then when it was released, the people are throwing an audible on this. The people are using Bitcoin not to go out there to buy coffee, not to buy groceries. People are hoarding it. They're using it to make money. They're using it as a store of value. They're using it as digital gold. That wasn't the design of Bitcoin, but that's the unintended consequence. So I hope that makes sense here. So let me continue. And good morning, Michelle and Shane West. Bitcoin was invented to give us an alternative to money that is controlled by governments and banks. Nothing more, nothing less. The volatility is largely due to the fact that it's quite new and adoption rates are unstable, which leads to large levels of speculation. That is true. Good morning, my cousin Marnita. So for me, a measure of success would be to see Bitcoin remain on a slow but steady incline, rather than zooming towards the moon due to global uncertainty. At time of publishing, Bitcoin is up 6.49% at 64.50, according to CoinMarketCap. Despite its jump in the last 24 hours, analyst Josh Rager says he's expecting Bitcoin to once again dip below $6,000 in the short term. I agree. BTC weekly close coming up, and a very good chance price closes below 6K. Still holding $5,800, but the real level Bitcoin needs to hold is 5,100 to 5,300. Closing below this area on the weekly chart in the future would be bad news. I don't know about it being bad news. I would love for it to close lower than that. Buying opportunity. It's a shopping spree. All right. PayPal is evaluating blockchain use cases after CEO reveals he owns Bitcoin. So, a new job listing posted by PayPal, and stop right there. The jobs of the future are going to entail you having to know something about cryptocurrencies and something about blockchain technology. It will be on your application. And did you realize one of the most high demand jobs right now is blockchain technology? And in this coronavirus, they're saying that if you are a blockchain engineer, your job is essential. You can't go home. Go figure. They have job security. So a new job listing posted by PayPal shows that the payments giant is looking for a director of anti-money laundering and blockchain strategy, as the company appears to be exploring how it can harness the power of the emerging technology. The team member will be tasked with evaluating blockchain use cases on top of preventing financial crimes such as terrorism and money laundering. The successful candidate would also lead external partner diligence meetings related to blockchain opportunities and potential, while reviewing relevant risks to the company's blockchain portfolio. This isn't the first time PayPal has grabbed headlines in the crypto and blockchain space. A few months ago, in an interview with Fortune, PayPal CEO Dan Schulman revealed that he personally owns Bitcoin, and I bet you he owns a lot. And in June of last year, PayPal joined Facebook's digital asset project, Libra. I would say, I wouldn't be surprised if he owns at least $1 million worth of Bitcoin. And in June of last year, PayPal joined Facebook's digital asset project, Libra. However, it quickly changed course and withdrew from the Libra consortium months later, becoming the first member to lead the controversial project, which has faced backlash from regulators around the globe. Why? PayPal's coming up with their own. That's what they're going to lead to. Schulman says the company dropped out of Facebook's project after determining that PayPal could make more progress on financial inclusion. There you go. By focusing on its own initiatives, they can create their own. They don't need Facebook or the Libra. As we learned more about Libra and saw the amount of things that were still left to do, and the amount of things we still had to do on our own roadmap outside of Libra, we said, you know, we think if we focus on our own roadmap, we'd be able to advance financial inclusion faster than if we put all these resources against Libra. Yep. All right, last up. Better than Bitcoin. Charles Hoskinson says Cardano will become the best cryptocurrency in the world this year. I've been strong on Cardano for 2 years. Let's take a look at Cardano. And we might go into dream mode if they start dropping some numbers here. Stellar and Cardano were my other two altcoins. Cardano's worth 3 cents right now. Stellar is worth 4 cents. Cardano, let's open it up. Let's take a closer look. Good morning, Anthony Simon. So circulating supply of Cardano is 31 billion. Cardano and Ripple are the two coins that I use to measure against when I made that as much money as I did off of Electronium, by the way. You got to look at the circulating supply. That'll help you to predict how high this coin can actually go. So its all-time high was $1.18. It is 97% down from its all-time high, $1.18. So let's say you put $10,000 into Cardano right now at 3 cents. You would have 333,333 coins. Now, at its all-time high, times $1.18, that would be worth at its all, that $10,000 will be worth $393,000 if it gets to its all-time high. If Bitcoin goes to $100,000 a coin, then I see Cardano maybe reaching $5. So let's pull this number up. That's 1.6 million that your $10,000 investment grew to. Now, that's not a guarantee. I'm just in dream mode. I'm playing with the numbers. This is why you diversify yourself. You don't just build your your Bitcoin portfolio. Build your crypto portfolio. All the altcoins as well. You're going to make more money today investing with the altcoins than you will with Bitcoin long term. It's going to give you a much bigger return. That's not so. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm saying use your education to give you some hints. All right, see what the article says. The creator of Cardano says the smart contract platform will become technologically superior to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and every other blockchain in the industry this year. In a new Periscope video on the future of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson says advancements in smart contracts and wallets in recent years have been revolutionary, and he believes Cardano is pulling all the pieces together to become the most advanced blockchain in existence. See, this is the type of stuff I like to see. Real-world use case of the project. I mean, it's already down 97% from its all-time high. You think that might be a good buy-in? The improvements are poised to make Cardano's native crypto asset, ADA, the best crypto on the planet, according to Hoskinson, who also created Ethereum, co-created Ethereum. These are amazing achievements in a very short period of time. They were incredibly expensive in terms of thought, time, and money, but they were achievements nonetheless. And they are achievements that have moved the entire state of the industry forward. So this year is the year you see all those components come together, and this is the year you see Cardano basically ascend to the best cryptocurrency in the world. There really is going to be nothing on the market that's as good as what we're delivering this year, because at the end of the day, we have it all. We'll have a loading system, we'll have a smart contract system, we'll have a multi-asset standard, we'll have an identity standard, we'll have the scalability required to meet all the growth demands that we need. We have a very clear interoperability story. We have a clear idea of how we're going to communicate with other systems. We have a great way for academics to get involved. We have a great way for the community to get involved. And no matter what group you're in, whether you're in the group of people who buy ADA or trade it, whether you're in the group of people who develop on the platform, the people who govern the platform, or the people who operate the platform, we're going to be best in class in all of those things. And that's what we're delivering, and that's what we're committed to deliver throughout 2020. As confident as Hoskinson is in the operational superiority of Cardano, he cautions that this doesn't mean it automatically becomes the most popular or widely used platform in the industry. I agree with that. That, he says, will depend on the success of the Cardano Foundation and the commercial venture incubator Emergo. In other words, he's trying to pull a Ripple. How you have Ripple Company and then XRP. It's an open debate about what makes us competitive and what will bring new users into the ecosystem and what's commercially critical infrastructure. And that's an ecosystem play. So it means Emergo has to step up. It means the foundation has to step up, and this is what they were funded for and why they exist. Okay, so here's what my education tells me. All I need to know is that they have these things in place, which means they have a plan. Now, that plan does not mean that the price of Cardano is going to go up. What it means to me is that Cardano is not going to disappear. You understand the difference? None of this, in my opinion, means that the price of Cardano will go up. All it tells me is when all is said and done, these 6,994 coins, most of them are going to be gone. You got to try to figure out which ones are going to still be here in the next 5 to 10 years. So because of their real world project, I picked Cardano to be one of those coins that will survive the big purge. Now, why would I invest in it? Because I also know that all coins rise with the rising tides. So here's an example. When Bitcoin was at $20,000 a coin, every coin was also at its height. When Bitcoin dropped, all coins dropped too. So by default, Cardano is going to rise as the entire crypto market cap does. So if Cardano right now is worth 3 cents and the entire crypto market cap goes from 180 billion to 1.8 trillion and improves by 10 times, then that means so will the price of Cardano. It'll rise relative. So it'll go from 3 cents to possibly $3. I'm just giving you guys an example here. Or $1.50. That's a huge jump. Let's just say it does do $1.50. Let me do these numbers again. 33333 times $1.50 per coin. That's $500,000. Your $10,000 investment just grew to by the entire crypto market cap. What did I do here? With the entire crypto market cap going to 1.8 trillion, and all the coins that's still left rise along with it. You see what I'm saying here? I cannot predict, because of real world use case, what the price of the coin is going to do. Because if that was the case, then Pundi X would be 10 times worth more than it is right now, because they have a workable real world use product for their coin. Yet the price of Pundi has remained pretty much stagnant. Let's see where it's at right now. It's at 0.0001 cent. Its all-time high was 1 penny. It is 99.2% down from its all-time high. But it actually has a real-world use case, which lets me know it's not going to disappear. It'll still be here. All we need is for the total amount of volume in the crypto space to rise. All right, I hope that makes sense. And that is it for Crypto Talk. Today is Tuesday. Have they started a countdown yet on quarantine? What are we in? Day 22? What? 21? 18? I don't know. All I know is it's going to get worse before it gets better. You're going to start to see and hear now from people you know that are contracting it and passing away from COVID-19. I got word of somebody that our family knows that passed away yesterday of COVID-19. So you're going to start hearing that. It's not just going to be a news story on the news. It's going to start coming closer to home. And as everybody is stuck in the house, I think this is why I couldn't do my Facebook Live through my Zoom. People are starting to get cabin fever. They're trying to reach out. We're social beings. They're all on Facebook. But what can you do while you're home to still, I don't want to use the word profit from this, but I'll use the word take advantage of this. What can we learn, and how can we be in a better position when we come on the backside of this than we are right now? I can't tell you what to do. I can insist that you strongly look for a plan B of whatever it was you were currently doing. Strongly look for a plan B. Because plan A is being disrupted due to no fault of your own. There's nothing you can do about it. So if you feel out of control, take control back. Start making some decisions of things you can do right now to be productive, instead of waiting to get a one-time stimulus check from the government. That ain't going to hold you for very long. And I haven't heard any plans to extend that. Other countries, Canada, I'll just use Canada as an example. They're guaranteeing, I don't know what it was, I think $2,000 a month. A month, if not more. So create your own stimulus. If you have absolutely no idea what to do, no idea where to start, I'm going to give you some hope. Number one, start with your education. Start with your education, cryptocurrency education. that can never be taken from you, and that's the future of the world. Everyone in the world will be using cryptocurrencies and digital currencies from their nations. So you need to know this information. And then the second thing is start to invest and build your crypto portfolio. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of the past decade by far. Nothing even comes close. So while you're getting educated, I'm giving some free information here. Normally I charge for this. Start setting some money aside in a budget, whether it's per week, per month. It doesn't matter if it's $5, $50, or $500. At least it's something. And start to accumulate coins every single month and never spend it. Forget that you even have it, but do it like clockwork, like if you were moving money into a savings account. And then ultimately, if you don't have the resources to buy Bitcoin, if you don't have the resources to mine it, if you don't have the knowledge and resources to trade it, then you must build a network of people to earn it. I haven't bought Bitcoin out of my own pocket in more than 2 years, but I live off of Bitcoin. How's that possible? I earn it. I earn it. But that starts with education first. And then I am doing a presentation tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, to show people how they can create their own coronavirus stimulus package. So I will put that in the chat box here. The link, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So with that, you guys have a great day. That is it for Crypto Talk. Hope you learned something new. I'll be back tomorrow if Facebook allows. If Facebook does not, I'll be on YouTube Live. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.